Pregnant. Got the young boy.
Damn, if they only knew. But like, I was shocked too, though. Like that day when I was riding home with Philly in the car. Yeah. I don't know if I can tell that story. If you want me to tell that story.
No, she's a mother now.
She's a mother now. Yeah, we can't do that because that day changed my life. I ain't gonna lie. That day changed my life. That's when Swaggy P was like, okay, now I gotta. This is what NBA is about.
Hey, listen. NBA. Hey, listen. I'll let you know. This is.
Yeah. When I'm riding in the car. He in the back seat. I turned my head. This nigga against. Huh?
No.
What was you doing in that back seat, Gil? What was you doing in that back seat? We went to the strip club.
And I'm like, yo, this is wild. So when I hear shit like this, I'll be like, damn, you don't even realize they only doing this because you could slam dunk a basketball or shoot a three-pointer or play D. Like, yo, you ain't even doing it off the swag, off the wrist, off the motion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Stat, we was off the wrist.
Yeah, we was off the motion, off the wrist.
Motion.
We ain't have to do, nigga, that was already there. So when Mase say that's it. My second part about this, because I'm being long-winded and I want to move on, is, and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't realize this. To shout out to Shabazz OG on Instagram. That's my nigga. Shout out to Shabazz. But he made a great point.
What did he say?
He said, I see what's going on Instagram. You know, he talks very intellectual, but he's still a nigga from Philly. That's my nigga. He said, well, y'all niggas is not having that morning meetings with yourself in the mirror. Like, you know, that 3-second to 33-second meeting with yourself in the mirror, because y'all niggas are just running around saying everything. How is your man getting a blowjob in the backseat change your life? He said, listen, how your man, he getting his dick sucked, pause, but it changed your life. Why? He said, why you commenting on that nigga getting fellatio and you wasn't even getting fellatio? He said, I don't even want to know. He said, but you should think about what you saying before you say it, yo. And I was like, that's a good point, because it ain't like he talking about getting his joint sucked. You talking about your man, you must be in the front like, woo, but it changed your life.
That's odd.
That's
odd.
So when I see him say that, I was like, I didn't even think about it like that. But yeah, that's a great point.
So the final culprit, I guess we can say, do you guys feel like that video wasn't necessary to release, or you just feel like it is what it is?
Me personally, I think it wasn't necessary, because I mean, she's past that. Obviously, she's doing very well. She's got a bright future. And when somebody bring up your past in the midst of you having a big moment, it could be perceived as hate, especially from her, because it's like, why you bring me up? I didn't bring you up, or I didn't say nothing about you. Why you saying something about me?
Right. And I totally agree with Mase with that, 100%. Because you know why? Now, if Draya want to be malicious and want to be hateful and heartfelt, we in a world where if you say something, it happened until further notice. Now, she sit there and be like, well, they wasn't complaining when I stuck my finger in their ass. Pause. Niggas like, they got like fingers in his ass. Homo ass nigga. Like, you
and
know.
the nigga was in the front giggling.
Right.
That's all she gotta say.
That's all she gotta say.
It don't have to be true.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get people to believe it, that's all that matters. So at the end of the day, be careful, because it don't have to be true. But if she gets people on her side, that's that.
Yeah. Big JTV, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, of course, subscribe. Like y'all saw at the beginning of this video, I talked, well, not even me talking. It was Gil and Swaggy P talking about, you know, Draya giving them the oosh-wash, goosh-quash. The whoosh-wash, whoosh-quash. Whoosh-quash, whoosh-quash. In the famous words of Orlando Brown. Basically, Gil was getting rinsed off in the back seat, and somehow that changed Swaggy P's life. Yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking. How can watching another man getting shocked off really change your life? I think in the context of what he's talking about was the fact that when Swaggy P, came into the league, he realized that the finest women on earth, or the most desired women on earth, ain't really that, how can I say this, unattainable as before, right? Basically, the one that they're all looking at and everybody's, lustful towards, they're not that hard to, get. And you know what? If you're just somebody who's out there, that to a certain level. But for Swaggy P, I believe that's what he meant. Now, there was a hilarious conversation between Cam and Mase on the It Is What It Is podcast, where they essentially talked about this. And they broke it down better than I could. I'll put that at the beginning of the clip as well. My thing is, and my take is fairly simple, right? If you understand what a woman is and what she's about, right, then you know how to act and react, right? I'm going to use the analogy of football. Let's say you're playing middle linebacker, right? So the middle linebacker position is a very, very important position on the defense, right? As a middle linebacker like Ray Lewis, right, your job is to read what the offense is giving you and react. A lot of defensive plays are not overly complex. It's mostly about being able to read what the offense is giving you and then react accordingly, right? There's zone, there's man, there's all types of, zone man, Tampa 2 defense, 2 high safety. There's a lot of complex plays in football regarding what the, linebackers do. And when you're in the linebacker position, you can go in cover receivers, or you can go help run stopping. Go to the running backs. Or let's say you have a mobile quarterback, you're able to tackle him in the open field, or at least in the backfield, you get a sack, you're able to have momentum on your defense. See, in life, right, the offense in this situation is the woman or the women you're dealing with. When you see what that woman is and what she's doing on her offensive play, it's for you as a middle linebacker in your life to read and react and act accordingly to what the offense is giving you. So when you look at a situation like Jalen Green, an individual who's 22 years old, and it doesn't look like he's fully even really dating Draya, he read the situation and reacted according to what his linebacker does. And his linebacker decided to go deep inside and bust off inside that and create a child. That's what his linebacker decided to do. He was thinking with another brain and not the one upstairs. So when a woman is a jump off, she belongs to the streets, as colloquially we like to say, you have to know what comes with that. And you can say Jalen Green is 22 years old, he's young and innocent. Draya is 39 years old. Okay, age gap doesn't matter because legally he's an adult. Jalen Green could go to war right now. He could be drafted. If the United States went to war right now, he would be drafted. He can legally buy himself some alcohol in the United States of America. And guess what? If he makes or gets a woman pregnant, at that point, his semen has become part of her body, has joined her egg, and it's up to her to decide what she does with that fertilized egg. We can't control a woman's body at that point. It's up to her. Literally, the argument, her body, her choice. And if you know the history of Draya and Michelle, you know that she's given the oosh-wash, goosh-wash to NBA All-Stars. You know what I mean? You know that she had a kid when she was like 17 years old, and she has a 21-year-old son who she basically abandoned. That was a crazy story, man. There was a story, and not even it's pretty much confirmed, that when Draya had her 4-year-old son, she went to Atlanta or something like that. She left her son at the house all alone for 2 weeks to go to Atlanta and party and turn up. She has a reputation of being a quote-unquote basketball wife, meaning a groupie for basketball and football players, meaning a woman who's given a usquash to multiple athletes and rappers. See, if you know her history, man, if you check the Carfax and you decide to impregnate that woman, you deserve everything that comes at you, man. That's why I don't like this narrative of people trying to make it seem like he's a victim and she's like some kind of abuser. Not at all. Same way when you see super older men with a younger woman, a woman who's in her early 20s, with a 40, 50-year-old man, I don't think she's a victim either. I think she made a choice. Now, obviously, if it's underage, obviously that's victimization. She made a choice, bro. Now, would I want my sisters or somebody I really love, dating a man who's way older in a way different bracket? Absolutely not. I wouldn't like that. But at the same time, we have to take personal responsibility for our choices. Jalen Green decided, hey, I'm going to not put on a condom. I'm going to bust inside her and I'm not going to give her a plan B right after. I'm going to go through the whole process of having a child. Right? And we need to stop calling these young boys victims and realize that they're participants, they're volunteers. Shout out Cam and Mase. Shout out. It was a little bit corny, the girl and, Swaggy P was talking about that, but it is what it is. If she belongs to the community, if she belongs to the highway, what's the problem with saying the truth? Now, do you have to disrespect her? No, but if she belongs to the streets and the highway, ain't no problem with that. We have no problem with that. Just be a linebacker and read and react to the situation instead of complaining about it. But get in the comments, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. I really like that linebacker analogy. Yeah. Check out these videos on the end screen, man. It's Big JTV. I'm out.